Everest is the highest mountain on Earth. K2 is lower and considerably less welcoming. It is the second highest peak at 8,611 meters. Only about 238 meters separate them, but height is not the main problem. Everest's standard routes are already dangerous and exhausting. K2 adds sustained technical climbing at similar altitude. There is no easy side or forgiving upper route. The mountain is steep almost everywhere that matters. Everest tests endurance. K2 tests the entire organization. K2 stands in Pakistan's remote Karakoram range. Even reaching base camp requires a serious expedition. No road delivers climbers to the mountain. Teams trek for days across glaciers and rough ground. Everyone arrives already well acquainted with luggage. Its name is practical, K for Karakoram number 2. A survey label became permanent. Branding was apparently unnecessary. The mountain's shape explains the confidence. It rises like a giant pyramid of rock and ice. Most routes resemble structural defects rather than trails. The usual route is the Abruzzi Spur. Calling it normal is accurate and deeply misleading. Climbers face steep snow, exposed rock, and hard ice, much of it while carrying expedition equipment. Fixed ropes help, but do not flatten the mountain. The first major obstacle is House's Chimney, a steep rock section above Camp 1. Higher up comes the Black Pyramid, a long mixture of rock, snow, and ice. All while breathing becomes a separate assignment. Above it, climbers reach the shoulder. It looks gentler. K2 briefly experimenting with optimism. The altitude now approaches 8,000 meters. The oxygen percentage remains the same. Lower pressure means fewer oxygen molecules with each breath. Thinking slows, coordination worsens, and mistakes become expensive. Supplemental oxygen helps, but equipment can fail. Cold damages hands, feet, batteries, and judgment. Then comes the mountain's most famous feature, the Bottleneck, a steep couloir above roughly 8,200 meters. Directly overhead hangs a huge wall of glacial ice. That formation is called a serac. Seracs can collapse without checking anyone's schedule. Climbers pass below it, then traverse beneath the ice. Exposure is severe and retreat is extremely difficult. In 2008, icefall damaged ropes near the Bottleneck. A chain of accidents followed. 11 climbers died. One of mountaineering's worst single-day disasters. The upper mountain offers little margin for delay. Weather is another reason K2 is so difficult. Storms bring violent winds, snow, and sudden whiteouts. Summit windows may be short, uncertain, or imaginary. Waiting consumes food, fuel, oxygen, and strength. Leaving early can place climbers inside the storm. Lower down, warmer conditions increase rockfall. Higher up, avalanche and icefall remain threats. Helicopter rescue is limited by altitude and weather. High on K2, climbers depend on one another. That is difficult when everyone is exhausted and hypoxic, and reaching the summit solves nothing. It only makes the descent unavoidable. Many fatal accidents happen on the way down. Fatigue increases while daylight and concentration disappear. Every technical section must be crossed in reverse. Gravity, unfortunately, remains fully operational. You may know the famous 1 in 4 statistic. It compares deaths with summits, not total attempts. Modern ropes, oxygen, equipment, and support change that ratio, but better statistics have not redesigned the mountain. Commercial expeditions increased, yet K2 remains highly selective. Bad seasons can still produce few summits, or none. The first successful ascent came in 1954. Achille Compagnoni and Lino Lattadelli reached the summit. Winter remained unconquered for another 67 years. In 2021, 10 Nepali climbers made the first winter ascent. They reached the summit together as one team. So why is K2 worse than Everest? Not because it is taller, but because difficulty rarely stops. The summit is merely halfway with the better view. Thanks for watching. Like, comment, and subscribe for more.